A very warm welcome to you. This is an English edition of Dalsan TV, Somalia's #1 TV station for news and updates. My name is Abdulrazak Ali and thank you for joining us. Let's have a look at some of our top stories. Palestinian fighters launched largest attack on Israel in years. Southwest leader signals intensified operation against Al-Shabaab in graduation ceremony. Prime Minister Barre says government prepares response plan for El Nino. Welcome back. The Palestinians have launched the largest attacks on Israel in years. Palestinian fighters have launched the largest attack on Israel in years, infiltrating areas of southern Israel while unleashing a barrage of rockets from the Gaza Strip. The rocket fire has claimed the life of at least one woman and left 15 others injured, according to Israeli medical workers. The rocket assault commenced at 6:30 a.m. local time on Saturday. Gaza persisting for nearly half an hour, as reported by the Agence France press news agency. The attack has sent shockwaves throughout the region, sparking deep concern and uncertainty. Disturbing reports have emerged of armed fighters opening fire on passerby in the town of Sderot, located in southern Israel. Furthermore, videos circulating on social media appear to show uniformed Palestinian fighters engaged in clashes in a border town, while another video captures the sight of a burning Israeli tank. Now, in Khartoum, state leaders have arrived in Mogadishu to hold talks with the leaders of the federal government. Their visit comes after Prime Minister Hamza Abdi Barre invited them to Mogadishu for talks. They are also expected to hold talks with the international community.
A high-level delegation led by the esteemed leader of the SCC administration, Abdelkader Ahmed O Ali Firdiya, arrived in the capital city of Mogadishu on Friday. The purpose of their visit is to engage in discussions with federal government leaders and representatives from various United Nations agencies. This visit comes at the invitation of Prime Minister Hamza Abdi Barre, who sought to address the latest developments in the SCC Khartoum region, encompassing Sol, Sanag and Ain. The discussions are poised to explore a wide range of issues, including the transfer of development projects and humanitarian aid to the newly elected leaders of the SCC Khartoum administration. The meetings with the international community, particularly UN agencies and donors, hold paramount importance in shaping the future trajectory of the SCC Khartoum region. The delegation is set to engage in fruitful deliberations to ensure the efficient and effective delivery of aid and development initiatives to the people of SCC Khartoum. Just a month ago, the SCC Khartoum forces successfully ousted the Somaliland army from the SCC Khartoum areas, concluding a protracted conflict that had persisted for over 8 months. The triumph of the SCC Khartoum forces, which culminated in the capture of Somaliland's main base, Goja Ade, situated outside Las Anod, was a turning point in the region's recent history. Somaliland President Musa Bihi Abdi, in a candid admission, acknowledged the magnitude of the setback his forces experienced during the 8 months of conflict near Las Anod town.
Elsewhere, the federal government of Somalia has prepared a response plan to the anticipated El Nino, which is likely to bring heavy rainfall during the rainy season between October and December in Somalia. Somali Prime Minister Hamza Abdi Barre has affirmed that the federal government has prepared a response plan to the anticipated El Nino, which is likely to bring heavy rainfall during the rainy season between October and December in Somalia. During his visit to the Somali National Disaster Management Agency SODMA on Saturday, Premier Barre urged the people, particularly those residing along riverbanks and low-lying areas, to remain vigilant due to the risk of severe flooding. PM Barre emphasized that the government's plan includes early warning systems and assisting people when floods occur. He also urged aid agencies operating in the country to collaborate closely with the SODMA agency to prepare. An estimated 1.1 million people in Somalia are expected to face a substantial threat due to the impacts of El Nino.
inay ka dhacaan dalkeen taasna ay laga maarmaan tahay intaysan dhicin in looga sii diibo bulshada Soomaaliyeed meel kasta joogta inay u diyaar garoobaan kana digtoonaadaan dhibaatooyinka ka iman kara daadadkaas. roobka ilaahay baa subxaanahu wa tacaala keena, abaartana ilaahay baa keena. ilaahay baa ku mahadsan, roobka waa raxmad. laakiin hadda nabigaba calayhi salaatu wasalaam wuxuu yidhi markuu roobku bato waxaad dhahdaan allahuma xawaalayna walaa calayna, ilaahu dhinac naga mariyo hanagu soo yani korka iyaga ka leex. marka haddii roobku zaa'id noqdo waxaa dhici karta inuu geysto khasaarooyin fara badan inuu geystaa laga yaabaa oo naf iyo maalba leh. innaguna runtii maadaamaan nahay waddan ka soo baxaya duruufo aad u adag iyo hay-ado burburay, waxaa inaga maqan dhammaan kaabayaashii laga.
As warned by the agencies on Thursday, meanwhile, the regional state of Southwest and Hirshabelle are on high alert as the Shabelle River has already begun flooding near the Jowhar and Mahadai districts. At the same time, rains have started in the southwest state. The commissioner of the Somali Disaster Management Agency, Mohammed Muallim Abdulle, announced that the agency has begun deploying aid to the areas around Beledweyne town, which is among the areas to be affected by the floods. Somalia is facing an extreme and persistent drought affecting up to 90% of territory and 7.8 million people. In 2023, a combination of drought, conflict, and flooding displaced 912,000. Now, on to our next story. The president of the southwest state of Somalia, that is Abdiaziz Laftagaren, he presided over a graduation ceremony for regional Darwish forces in Baidoa on Friday. The ceremony marked successful conclusion of the forces' rigorous military training they took for months.
The leader of Southwest State Somalia, Abdiaziz Laftagaren, presided over a graduation ceremony for regional Darwish forces in Baidoa on Friday. The ceremony marked successful conclusion of the forces' rigorous military training, equipping them with necessary skills and expertise to combat terrorism effectively. President Laftagaren, who is currently grappling with political pressure from opposition, reiterated the urgency of eliminating Al-Shabaab from the southwest Somalia. According to President Laftagaren, by integrating these well-trained forces into the fight, his administration aims to bolster its efforts to neutralize the militant group and restore peace and tranquility to the region. The city of Baidoa, serving as an administrative hub of the southwest Somalia, has now become the focal point of the Darwish army units as they join the second phase of operations against Al-Shabaab. The intensified military operations against Al-Shabaab also extend to the Bay and Bakol regions, where the Darwish army and local residents are actively engaged in combating the militants. However, President Laftagaren's steadfast commitment to the anti-Al-Shabaab operation occurs against a backdrop of political standoff with the opposition regarding the election timetable. The president faces mounting pressure to reach a consensus and ensure a smooth electoral process.
That story of the southwest state brings us to the end of this bulletin. I am Abdirazak Ali, and thank you so much for tuning in to Somalia's #1 TV station, Dalsan TV. Have a lovely evening.